Can I ask a question about the first part, that
Yeah.
peace is our true nature? I feel sometimes maybe, there's this background of peace, like, let's say, like on a siesta in summer, it's very nice, it's very peaceful. I feel it's there. But it's hard to relate myself to the peace, that I am the peace. Even in the case where, let's say, I'm aware of being aware, that in that moment, in some moments I'm aware of being aware, but I'm not at peace, so to speak. And in other words, the background of peace is there, but I don't necessarily identify with it.
But when you say I'm aware of being aware, which is the same as aware of being, what would you say the nature of being aware or being is at that moment when you are aware of it?
From experience, being
from this experience,
from this experience,
yeah.
Being is.
Perfect. Anything else? But if you were to try to tell us, try to describe the quality of it, what would you say?
See, that's where I get mixed up.
But, let me ask you another question. Is it agitated? Let me ask you, let's back up again. You're having thoughts now. Yeah?
Yeah, they are as well.
Are your thoughts agitated in the sense, are they moving? They're not still. Yeah?
That's right, they're dynamic.
They're dynamic, they're agitated, they're moving, yeah. What about your sensations?
All moving.
They're dynamic, they're moving, they're agitated. I don't mean agitated in a pejorative sense, I just mean moving,
yes,
changing. Yes. Yeah. So what about, now go back to being. Is being moving and changing?
Kind of. A little. It seems like that. I mean, if I go to the experience of no gaps, there just is. There is only perceiving, or there only is.
Don't go to perceiving, or thinking, or feeling. Go to being. Take the thought I am. The thought I am refers to an experience, yes?
Yeah.
When you say I am, you're referring to an experience that you're having now. Yeah? Let's back up. When you say I am thinking, you're referring to an experience, yes?
Yes.
What experience are you referring to? You're referring to thinking. If you say I am seeing, you're referring to an experience, yes? What are you referring to? You're referring to seeing. Okay, now just say I am. You're referring to an experience. Yeah? Otherwise you wouldn't be able to say I am. You say I am because you know I am. Now, to what experience are you referring when you say just I am? Not I am thinking, I am feeling, just I am. To what experience do you refer?
It's the experience of like isness.
Of being, perfect.
Of being.
Tell us about it.
Just it is.
Perfect. And can you say anything else about it?
No. If I stay there.
No, you can't. You're quite right. Why can't you say anything about it, any more about it? You're quite right, by the way.
I mean, one way I would describe it, it feels like it's the place with no abstractions.
No
abstractions.
No abstractions, no forms, no objects. We could say it's empty.
No. It feels like there's something there.
There's something which is not a thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what I mean when I say it's empty. It's silent.
It doesn't speak. It doesn't say anything.
It's not moving. There's nothing in it to move. It's like space. All the people in this room are moving, but the space is not moving. It's because there's nothing there to move. It's objectless. Yes?
It's objectless, but it still feels like there's perception. There's still perception.
No, but now you're going to I am perceiving. Take away perceiving. Imagine being before perceiving has started. You must be present before perceiving begins. Remove perceiving from your experience. Remove thinking from your experience. Remove feeling from your experience. Remove hearing from your experience. Remove all forms of experience from yourself. What remains? When you say, I am seeing, take the seeing away, what remains? I am. When you say, I am hearing, take hearing away, what remains? I am. Take feel. When you say, I am feeling, when I am upset, take the upset away, what remains? I am. So what remains of yourself when you have removed all your experience?
I don't know. I think intellectually, yeah, the answer maybe I'd say is I remain.
Perfect. I remain. And that I, nothing is attached to it. It has no experience is attached to it. Just pure I am, pure being. And there is no movement in that because there's nothing in it to move. It's like, if you were to remove all the people and objects from this room, would there be any movement in this room? No, there'd be nothing to move. There'd be nothing in the room to move. It would just be empty space. It's the same. When you remove all experience from yourself, all that remains is simply being. That's what you refer to when you say, I am. And there's no movement in it because there's nothing in it to move. There's nothing objective in it.
Maybe one confusion that I have is that you mentioned, ultimately the experiences, the content of experience and being are the same. And so there's no gaps between being and...
That's true. The contents of experience are the same as being, but being is not the same as the content of experience.
Right, and I think I've never had the experience of being without perceptions. Or maybe I have, I just don't remember it.
Ask yourself the experience now. Am I aware?
I'm aware.
Okay. To what experience did you refer in order to answer yes to that question?
The experience of awareness.
That's it. You just had the experience of awareness all by itself in the absence of experience. If you hadn't, at that moment, had the experience of awareness all by itself, you would either have answered no or I don't know to the question, are you aware? Right then, you awareness became aware of yourself. You relaxed the focus of your attention from the content of your experience and you went back briefly to yourself. You tasted yourself. And as a result of that, you said, yes, I am aware that I am aware. There, it's right then you...
Are you saying that in that instant there's no perceptions?
I'm saying that in that instant, you awareness turned away from perception and became aware of yourself. In fact, you're always aware of yourself, but your awareness of yourself was no longer colored by your awareness of objects. So you became aware of yourself as you essentially are. You don't have to turn the movie off to see the screen. You don't have to turn experience off to be aware of being aware. You can see the screen either in the presence of the movie or in the absence of the movie. You can be aware of yourself either in the presence of experience or in the absence of experience. It's not necessary to get rid of experience. It's just necessary to temporarily turn away from experience back to yourself. It's not necessary to turn away from the content of experience in order to know yourself, just like it's not necessary to turn away from the movie in order to see the screen. But in this conversation, the reason I keep turning your attention away from the content of experience is because I want you to taste the quality of your own being as it essentially is before it is colored by experience. So that's why, at least in this conversation, I'm trying to turn your attention around, so to speak, and get you to go back to your being, turn your attention away from experience. Although your absolutely right. On another occasion, I might say that your being pervades all of experience, and it's not necessary to turn away from it. But because I'm trying to get you ultimately to see that the nature of your being is peace.
Yeah,
that's why in
that's
this
the original.
which is your original question.
Yes, yeah.
That's where I'm heading with all of this. I'm trying to get you to see that your being is objectless, that there's nothing in it, there's no movement, there's no agitation, and that is actually your experience. So that's why I'm doing these exercises with you, to try and get you to taste the peace of your true nature.